If you've ever been to a Titans game in Nashville, you've no doubt seen the Mounted Patrol Police on horseback. You know, it's surprising to know what they go through, the horses and the policemen, to train for the job. Tammy Arnder went behind the scenes and the stalls to find out.
Sergeant J.D. Harbour with the Metro Police Mounted Patrol in Nashville gave up his squad car and siren for a set of hoofs and a saddle.
I've been a police officer for 25 years, and in that 25-year period, nobody ever asked to pet my police car.
He believes taking the reins and taking the oath to protect and to serve go hand in hand.
It's a great tool to use to get people and kids and all involved, come up and talk to you and interact with you. And so I get to do some proactive police work.
Sergeant Harbour also believes he and his other mounted officers have a huge advantage when there's an emergency situation as well.
I'm above the crowd and I can see if someone needs help, they raise their hand. I can ride to them. The people see me riding to them. It opens up like a sea. So I can get to where the problem is. And it is very effective. Sir, please move back.
JD and his mount are both well trained when it comes to crowd control.
Forward! Ho!
You see, once a year, JD and his officers have training so the horses learn to stay calm in stressful situations. At the Mounted Police Tactics School, the horses face flying debris and agitated people.
Expose them to as much as you can think of in as many different ways, and let them trust you. Let them learn to trust you that none of this is going to hurt them. The whole key is trust. And it goes both ways. The horse has to trust the rider, and the rider has to trust the horse.
Lieutenant Steve Horn from Oakland County, Michigan has that trust factor with his horse 44 Magnum. He got his Tennessee walking paint horse from Lewisburg. He trailers him down from Michigan each spring.
What I like about the training down here, it's how we learn how to relate to our horses and what our horses can do, and you build a link with the horse. And I'll tell you what, I've learned, I can't even give you an amount of what I've learned down here from Sergeant Harbour and Sam Powell and the folks that I've worked with down here.
Lieutenant Horn joins the other 50 or so officers from around the country on the obstacle course. This is where each rider and his mount are exposed to everything from bridge crossings to unruly crime scene tape.
Your horse learns that, hey, this is not going to hurt me. And then you learn, hey, he's not going to spook from this. What you've got is a mind meld, both together.
Look at the top of that pole or something. Don't look at the bridge when you get there.
Sam Powell is sort of a horse whisperer from Shelbyville. He comes each year to the clinic to help with any problem horses. He gives classroom instruction before heading to the obstacle course. He says often the biggest challenge a horse faces isn't what he sees in his environment, but what's sitting in the saddle.
I'm not a big believer in getting my horse in trouble just to prove I can get him out of it.
And of course these horses are asked to go to all different places and even go across bridges, things that you and I take for granted, but horses would not normally want to do, especially a bridge that could teeter-totter just a little bit. But Joe here does a great job.
Joe, Sergeant Harbour's horse, is also a decorated police veteran. He and Sergeant Harbour helped to rescue a man who was threatening to jump off the Woodland Street Bridge into the Cumberland River.
I was able to go up with the horse and talk to him, and him petting the horse took the rage out of him. He climbed back across the rail, he pet the horse, and I was able to move the horse to the middle of that, and when we got to the middle, he calmed down, and I was able to put my hand on him and say, come on, let's go get some help.
These horses provide all kinds of help in times of trouble. They can help calm a crowd, and they can squeeze in and out of tight spots.
Our mobility is great downtown also, because we can go between cars. We can get around traffic where other people can't and get there to help.
It's better than a bicycle.
Well, you don't have to pedal uphill.
Storm, justice,
Peacekeeper.
You get to name your own horse.
Oh yes, oh yes.
And Sergeant Harbour's Joe here likes being a police horse, don't you? Being a mounted patrol officer requires a lot of off-duty work. Those who choose to ride a horse instead of driving a patrol car must come to the barn at the Ellington Agriculture Complex each day to brush and feed their trusty steed. But for those like Sergeant Harbor, it's not considered extra work. It's a privilege to be part of the Mounted Patrol.
They are the greatest bunch of guys you'll ever meet in your life. They love their horses, and they love what they're doing.